Veteran broadcaster Dan Patrick has called out Los Angeles Lakers guard Bronny James for not attending Luka Doncic's extension press conference. Most of the roster, including head coach J.J. Redick and general manager Rob Pelinka, were there to support Doncic, but James was not, triggering criticism from Patrick. Speaking on The Dan Patrick Show, the analyst said LeBron James had earned the right to skip the event, but Bronny, a second-year with a lot to prove, should have been there to build chemistry with Doncic and the rest of his teammates. The one person I thought should have absolutely been there was his son, Bronny James, Patrick said. If Bronny wants to stick around on this team after LeBron eventually leaves, then that's your teammate, you show up. That was surprising to me. Bronny James should have been there. You're the last guy on the roster. Show up, show support. Bronny James was golfing. Patrick referenced videos of James and Bronny on a golf course, while criticizing the latter's decision not to support his teammate, Luka Doncic. It just felt like, hey, my dad's LeBron. We're on vacation. But that's when you step up and say, Dad, that's my team. That's my teammate. I need to be there. If LeBron didn't want to be there, fine, Patrick said about the video. But it starts to feel like there's a passive-aggressive game going on, some back and forth like a European League rivalry. I'm working out at the old Clippers facility. Okay, but you should be there. That moment was important. LeBron FaceTimed Luka Doncic. According to NBA insider Mark Stein, James FaceTimed Doncic and congratulated him on inking a 3-year, $165 million extension with the Lakers, even though he wasn't physically present at the press conference to support his star teammate. Furthermore, ESPN's Shams Charania reported that James remains supportive of both the Lakers and Doncic despite being away from the recent proceedings. The one thing I can say, though, is that he has been very supportive and very understanding of where this Lakers organization is headed, and that's what Luka Doncic is the face of the franchise, Charania said on ESPN's Get Up on August 4th. And I think the Lakers, as well, are equally as understanding that he wants to be in a situation where he feels comfortable and, at the end of the day, ending his career on his own terms. Pelinka also said that James was a huge supporter of Doncic, throwing cold water on rumors of the King being unhappy about the Lakers moving into a new era. So all the interactions we've had with LeBron and his camp, Rich in particular, have been positive and supportive, so very professional, and Rich Paul has been great, he told reporters. The dialogue with him has been open and constant, so that helps answer that question. Pelinka also said the Lakers would prefer if James retires in a purple and gold uniform rather than taking his talents elsewhere as a free agent in 2026. Luka Doncic has officially turned the page on his time in Dallas. Per his manager Laura Beth Seeger, the 5X All-NBA guard has let go of the Mavericks trade and is fully focused on winning in Los Angeles. He's moved on, Seeger told The Athletic. He's only looking forward. And he's here. He wants to get the best players here. He wants to win, and he knows it starts with him. And he's here. He wants to get the best players here. Luka never asked for a trade from the Mavericks, and he was blindsided when Dallas suddenly moved on. Though blindsided by the trade, Luka kept quiet, even as the Mavericks began publicly bashing him for being out of shape and uncommitted to his craft. It led to months of speculation about Doncic's commitment and leadership style, but Seeger says Doncic has already moved past it. He wants to win, and he knows it starts with him, Seeger said. And I think that's what he proved this offseason. Okay, everyone wants to say, or people think that they know me, or I'm not a leader, or I'm this way, or I'm that way, I don't care. They can think and say whatever they want. I'm going to show them who I am. For the Lakers, that mentality shift could be the final piece in their title puzzle. Despite career averages of 28.6 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 8.2 assists per game, there is a strong belief that Doncic can take his game to another level with enough time in the gym and work behind the scenes. In Dallas, Luka's biggest flaws were on the defensive end, and he was exposed by the Celtics during his finals run in 2024. Between that blemish and reports of laziness with his training and conditioning, Luka slowly fell out of favor with the Mavericks, and by the time he arrived in LA, his game and his leadership were under fire. In 28 games with the purple and gold, Luka has shown flashes of greatness with averages of 28.2 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 7.5 assists per game on 53% shooting. While his first playoff run in Los Angeles ultimately ended in a first-round defeat, Luka has never been more driven or committed to breaking the cycle of losing and finally winning his first NBA championship. Not only does he have the ultimate authority on the Lakers, he's now under contract through 2028 on a massive new deal that could eventually lead to the richest Supermax contract in NBA history. To reward his loyalty, the Lakers have gone all out to assemble a championship roster, with several notable signings that include DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart, and Jake LaRavia. If Luka's offseason message is any indication, this isn't just about redemption, it's about legacy. After years of being doubted, dismissed, and criticized for everything from his defense to his diet, Doncic is taking full control of his narrative. He's in shape, he's locked in, and he's surrounded by a front office that's willing to go all in on his vision. Now, with the weight of Dallas behind him and a Supermax future ahead, Doncic is building something in LA that might last for years to come. A new trade proposal circulating in NBA circles suggests the Los Angeles Lakers could bring back a familiar face, Malik Monk, in exchange for forward Rui Hachimura and future draft picks. The deal would send Monk to Los Angeles, while Sacramento would receive Hachimura, a 2031 first-round pick, and a 2032 second-round pick from the Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers receive Malik Monk. Sacramento Kings receive Rui Hachimura, 2031 Los Angeles Lakers first-round pick, 2032 Los Angeles Lakers second-round pick. On paper, the numbers line up. Monk is entering the second year of his four-year, $77.9 million contract, which pays him $18.7 million in 2025 to 26, nearly identical to Rui Hachimura's $18.2 million salary. From a cap standpoint, the trade is feasible. But the implications stretch beyond just money. Monk, who averaged 17.2 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 5.6 assists per game last season while shooting 43.9% from the field and 32.5% from deep, has established himself as one of the league's premier scoring threats off the bench. His ability to create his own shot, break down defenses, and catch fire as a microwave scorer could be a major asset to the Lakers, who are building around Luka Doncic and still holding on to LeBron James for what might be his final run. However, the Lakers already possess a crowded backcourt rotation with Marcus Smart, Austin Reeves, Bronny James, and Gabe Vincent. Adding Monk could boost their offensive firepower, but it would also demand another reshuffling of their guard-heavy roster. From Sacramento's standpoint, the interest lies in moving off Monk's contract. The Kings have explored ways to free up financial flexibility and had previously offered Monk in a sign-and-trade deal to the Golden State Warriors for Jonathan Kuminga, a deal that ultimately fell apart when Golden State backed out. With the Kings still shopping Monk, flipping him for an expiring contract like Rui's makes sense. Rui Hachimura is coming off an efficient season where he averaged 13.3 points per game, albeit in a limited sample size, on a scorching 50.9% shooting from the floor and 41.3% from three. Hachimura remains a versatile, physically gifted forward who could help Sacramento as a rotational piece or trade chip next season before his deal expires. Yet for the Lakers, the long-term consequences of this deal could create complications. Monk's deal runs through the 2027-28 season, and the Lakers have over $111 million in expiring contracts coming off the books next summer. Their front office has carefully positioned themselves to be players in the 2026 free agency sweepstakes. Taking on Monk's salary beyond 2026 would eat into that flexibility. Unless Monk performs at near all-star level, the Lakers would be sacrificing future cap space for short-term bench scoring. In essence, this deal presents a classic front office dilemma: immediate firepower versus long-term cap freedom. If Rob Pelinka believes Malik Monk can push the Lakers into championship contention with Luka and LeBron still leading the charge, the move makes sense. But if 2026 remains the target for a third superstar, this trade may be too costly in the long run.